Okay, Georgie, we're just going to look at the cover of the story. Show me the cover. Is this the cover of the story? The back of it? No. Is this the cover of the story?
No.
No, that's the spine. Remember, we don't want to break the spine because then it could break the book, right? We've got to be careful with our books. Show me the cover. Very good. The cover is the front of the book. Very good. And on the front, we have the title. Can you show me the title? Where's the title? Where's the name? What's the name of the story? It starts with a C for corduroy. Where's the title? Want me to show you? Okay, give me your finger. We'll do it together. Right here. This is the title. So when the nice man wrote the book, he decided to call the book Corduroy. All right, Corduroy is what the book is called. That's the name of it. Just like you have a name, Georgie, right? This book has a name too. The name of the book is Corduroy, right? That's the title. The title is what the book is called. That's the book's name. And it was written by, who's the author? Don Freeman. Say it again. Don Freeman. He's the nice man who wrote the words and he drew the pictures of corduroy. He's also the illustrator. So he drew a picture of all of it. The corduroy, of the security guard, of the little girl. Remember the little girl who wanted him in the beginning, right? And she ends up getting him in the end. We've read this before, right? He drew all of the pictures. All right. So let's look at the cover of the book. What do you see?
Teddy bear.
You see a teddy bear. And what do you notice about the teddy bear? Tell me everything about that you notice. Well, you don't have to open the book, honey, because we've read this many times. I just want you to focus on the cover. Now look at the picture. All right, you see a teddy bear. Now, what is the teddy bear doing?
Pulling the button.
He's trying to pull the button. Very good. All right, now, why is he trying to pull that button? What do you notice about his clothes? Look at his clothes. Does he have one button? Yeah, one button is on his overalls, his green overalls. But what's happening over here?
He lost his button.
He lost his button. One is missing. And so he says, "Oh man, this is not good. I have one button, but the other button is missing. I better go try and see if I can find myself another button to put on my overalls," right? And is that what he was doing? Look, I can even see his arm. It looks like he's leaning over and he's stretching his arm out to try to grab something. He's trying to grab that button. And what was the button on? It was stuck to something. Let's refer back to the story. Let's find that page. And he's going up the escalator, remember? And, put it in your cubby, sweetie. And he is little. Very good. Oh, we have big beds here, and he's little. He has to get on those big beds. Turn the page. Okay, here it is in the story. Very good. So he climbs on the big bed, and he tries to pull the what? The button off of the... Oh, bless you. He tries to pull the button off of the bed. Very good. But it was stuck. So he kept on pulling and pulling and pulling, but he tried so hard. Let's go back to the cover now, because that's what we're concentrating on. So we know that he's on top of the bed. He's on top. Look, he's standing on the mattress. He's on top of the bed. You can say mattress or bed. So he went on the bed, right? We went back into the story. We saw that part when he went back onto the bed, all right? And he tried to pull the button. So is that how he tried to solve the problem? If you lost a button, what would you do? You would try to do what? You would try to pull the button just like Corduroy did. So you would have to try to find a bed, a mattress, right? And you climb yourself onto that big bed, and you start pulling and pulling and pulling, right, to get that button. And then where would you put it? On your shirt. In this case, Corduroy is wearing green overalls, so you would put it right there because that's where his button was missing. So you take your button, you find a button, right, and then you can sew it on, right, to where it's missing, right. And in the end of the story, What does the little girl do for him?
A button.
She goes back, right? Her mommy says, it's okay, you can use your piggy bank money to buy corduroy. And she does. And where does she take him?
To the elevator.
Well, she takes him home. Maybe they go up the stairs, right? She's got to bring him to her house, right? And she takes him to her bedroom. Very good. And then she does what for him?
A button.
She sews on a button. She said, I love you anyway, just the way you are, but you might be more comfortable with buttons on, right? Nobody wants a lost button. And she happened to have an extra one, so she sewed on that extra button for him. So now it's fixed. And now how many buttons does he have?
2.
2 buttons. I like how you showed me 2 fingers. Very good, Georgie. All right, so now we know when we look at the cover of the book that Corduroy was trying to get his button, right? To help him solve the problem. We solve problems all the time at school. That's one thing that we have in common. We're always solving problems, right? Knowing what to do and other things that we can do instead, right? To work together and solve problems. Very good, Georgie. Excellent.